Didn't come out and start clean, ready to play. Again, I thought our practices, as far as our work and effort, had been pretty good, but at the end of the week, just thought we got a little relaxed. I don't know as coaches or players if we were on edge, and it was evident the way we started. Again, I think our kids battled the whole way. We had great energy from the crowd. The fourth quarter was very strong, I think, from the energy of our fans and with our team and whatnot. You don't get a lot of chances, like we said last week in that game. You know, we really had 8 offensive possessions. We took a knee with 7 seconds left in the first half. So you had 8 opportunities. And when you play that style, because the clock's moving with all the run they do, if you don't get the stops, you don't get the ball back, or if offensively you have an error and you don't get your first downs and stay on the field, you sit out a while. So mistakes are magnified. Starting offensively, we start with the 3 and out. And we go for it on 4th and short, don't make it, don't execute a play properly. Then the next 6 times we have 10-plus play drives, 5 touchdowns and a pick on the 10-yard line. So after that, you're pretty clean. Because at 2, you don't get quick strikes the way they play. They play that bend but not break. Everything's in front, so they make you snap it again, make you snap it again, make you snap it again. And if you don't execute cleanly, you don't score those points. So again, there was a lot of positives just except for those first 2 drives, getting in rhythm, getting started. Defensively, we can critique all that when we want to, but again, they make what I think a 1st and goal on the 1 goal line stand, forcing them in the second quarter, I think it is, it might be in the end of the first quarter, to kick a field goal. If they don't make that play, we don't have a chance at the end if they don't make those plays. We got a 3rd and 7 call where we get a PI, pass interference, competitive play. We don't get the call. That happens. After that, they have an intentional grounding at 2nd and 20. And we let them off the hook. And so that drive, you had 2 chances there to, quote, get 1 stop in what ends up being a 1-possession game, and that's the style of that game. They converted twice on 3rd and 8 in the 4th quarter when it's a 1-possession game. And again, give those guys credit. They made the plays. We were close, but weren't able to make the play. Overall, I think, again, we got to continue offensively. Got to get better across the board. Our run game wasn't very good at all. Our defense needs to answer up and show that we're going to be a good defense, different opponent. I think we're a lot better than the performance statistically, and we'll see what we're about as players and coaches as we move forward defensively, but we got to get better in all phases. Players of the game this past game, Timmy Bennett has played well, going from safety to corner. Defensively, played very, very well again. Ted Bolzer playing well, not just catching a couple passes and a touchdown, but blocking better, being a better leader. We need him to continue to step up, both those guys. Mitch Ewald, special teams, he's been outstanding. He did have 1 kickoff the first game. He hooked out of bounds, but I think the other day he had 4 touchbacks of his 4 deep kicks and 2 onside that he kicked very, very well. We were close in both and couldn't make the play. I think Mitch also set a school record for PATs in a career, and hopefully he'll continue to grow that as we go through the season. Scout Players of the Week, once again, Billy Ivan, senior doing a great job, junior doing a great job for us, 4th-year guy. Anthony Davis did a nice job on offense, Tyler Burgett, Nate Hoff. Couple young guys that are doing well for us there. So now passing that one back, going on, flushing that one out, going to Bowling Green. Bowling Green's a quality team. They're coming in 2-0. They're an 8-5 bowl team from a year ago. They got 19 starters back, and that doesn't count their kicker and punter. So 21 of their 24 are back off a quality team. They've started very, very well. Good win against Tulsa. Tulsa came off that win, and last week won against Colorado State 30-27. They beat Kent last week. Kent's in the championship game of the MAC last year, won 11 games. They've played 2 quality opponents, 2 teams that are very dynamic on offense. They've came out playing great defense like they always do. Their offense is clicking very, very well. So they got 2 quality wins, which I think you would expect. Defensively, a very, very sound defense in their structure, where their eyes go, their alignment, really good defense. They back it up with their film, and they back it up with numbers. Last year, they were top 10 in most defensive stats. Right now, they lead the MAC in total defense. And to me, that's reasonably impressive because they've played 2 upper-level offenses, and they're backing up with really good defense. Offensively, they look much more balanced this year. They went to a quarterback change, got Matt Johnson. They had a senior coming back, but the sophomores picked it up for him really, really well. He's throwing for 260. I think he threw for 350 last game against Kent. Runs the ball okay if he needs to and is really throwing it well. Complementing that with their running back, Travis Green. It's averaging over 100. They're averaging 220 running, 260 passing. They lead the MAC in total offense. A good kick game. Coach Clausen's been there. He's been a head coach several places and doing a great job, as he always has. To me, it's a great opportunity because I know those guys are going to be good. I know they're going to come in ready to play. And for us, we got to show what we're about. We need to bounce back and get back to, again, playing better defense. Got to take the turnovers out on offense. We've had two passing turnovers that have led to potentially 14 points. We had a pick 6 in the first game. We had a pick in the last game that took points off the board. So I'm expecting us to, again, bounce back. We need a great week of prep. And also, as we need to move forward, we need to keep this thing moving in a positive way. So, again, we had a great crowd last week. We have a bunch of people here this week. We need some energy. That energy in the fourth quarter in our building last week was as good since I've been here. So much appreciation. I think our kids battled well. It's disappointing not to win, but you're going to see another great team. As far as coming in, another great opportunity, another quality opponent, and a chance for us to get win number 2. 3 games of 5 in a row. It's a noon kick. It's on ESPNU. We'll have a bunch of recruits here, other sports will. So, again, we need to have a great week of prep. We need our fans to stay strong, stay with us, and keep this thing moving. Questions?
I know the defensive concepts against Navy are completely different than everybody else that you'll face. So how do you get these guys defensively to bounce back and put the struggles they had against Navy behind them as quickly as possible, because you're not going to face that to your point?
Well, again, we talked a little bit about that. Our first 2 games, we played 2 opponents. You're really not sure what you're seeing, even though Navy is a triple. There's talk about they're going to spread it out, throw it more. So there's a lot of time on task of uncertainty. First game against Indiana State, new coaches, new coordinators, the head coach calling the plays, where they're from, et cetera. Same thing defensively in those games. So now we've got 2 games of an opponent with an established staff. So I think prep-wise, coaches will be a little bit more, maybe not wasting time because of the uncertainty. Sometimes you can almost overcoach and over-prepare when you're uncertain what you're getting. So that'll help. We talked last night. We practice now on Sundays. This morning was an academic day for our guys, and they're off to class. So we came in, watched the tape. And from a defensive side, I think we really just watched a couple situations where you had stops and make a play to get them off the field more than, how to defend that concept of how we were trying to defend the option. So what more of the errors of defending the option versus the flow of the game. And when you get a chance, you got them on schedule, and we got a chance to make a tackle at the first time. We got to knock them back. We got to fit it up properly, some of those things. So I think, it's the learning is learning from the game situations. And the frustrating thing in playing the opponent you played is you spend a lot of time prepping it, and it's different prep. Now you got to kind of go back to what you're doing. So it's restarting it up. That's why, again, we had a little practice last night. That's our routine this year. And so I think we'll be back focused. And we're going to play a very dynamic offense in BG. 220 running, 260 passing, 2 good wins, 2 good teams. It'll be a good challenge for our guys. So we'll see what we're about.